What are you going to pump and dump at the Burbank Card Show this week?
Oh, man, I'm going to take a huge dump. Oh, shoot.
There's a podcast called Between Two Slabs. They consume mass media. It seems so sad. It's the great Curator and Merlin. They can't grow pubes, so they gotta wear a merkin. They got no money, so I guess they gotta share. Just two nerds wishing they could grow body hair. Comics, cards, and toys, nothing that would interest you. It's the podcast that nobody listens to.
Yeah, right. Rise and shine, everyone. We've got a lot of news this week in Between Two Slabs. It's Merlin and Dan, the great Curator, and we are back on live for another episode. And we're getting ready for the Burbank show. Dan, how was your weekend?
Great. I had a great weekend. I went to a Blackpink concert, and
I saw it. Yeah, I saw some of the pictures.
About that. Oh man, I had so much fun. To be honest about that. But yeah, the weekend was great. I was what was it called? Collector Con was also on the weekend, but I ended up not going because I just had a great time at the Blackpink concert, and I just didn't want to go on Sunday to.
You didn't feel like dirty old man or dirty old dad?
Oh, no. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's like the majority demographic there were like, adults, like mostly like women there, to be honest.
I think my head would explode.
Well, you think Blackpink is for kids? You think like little kids go to those concerts?
Well, I'm talking about girls in their 20s. Okay, I'm 50 now. I can call 20-year-olds kids now.
I'm a happily married man, but I could. Still
basically am too.
I could still get away with dating, somebody in their 20s. I'm only 40 myself.
Yes, but I think my girlfriend would notice the sweat and the smoke coming off my head and make a joke about it if I was at that concert.
There were kids there. Not that many. It was like mostly like adults. Yeah. But it was a great time. Yeah, so that was the weekend. I don't know what else is going on.
And did you get up and dance? Were you dancing? I want to see some Curator dance moves.
I was doing my thing. I had a great time. I was in it. I was feeling it.
Well, you got to show some moves then later on in the show.
We'll definitely talk about that because I did notice some interesting things I wanted to share.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about it.
About that. So we'll get back into that too. We actually have a lot to talk about tonight. We got
I know, right?
Burbank Card Show is this
Thursday.
Week. Setup is actually tomorrow, so I'll be setting up with our friend Mo tomorrow early, just getting things ready.
Okay.
And then so we got that to talk about. I want to talk about some trending things that I'm seeing in the sports card hobby. We'll talk about that a little bit. Talk about hobby content. Something that's been on my mind lately is the type of hobby content that's been being produced out there. So we want to talk about that a little bit. Mail days and then comments. So we'll get to all that stuff. A lot to talk about today. But before we get into that, let's give some love to our sponsors because we are contractually obligated to talk about these guys at the beginning of every show. So let's start off with our good friends, Veriswap. Merlin, take it away.
All right. Veriswap is an app that's on your smartphone. That means like iPhone, Droid, Google phone, whatever you have. It looks like that. You see the big check mark with the blue background, Veriswap. You open it up. You can, if I can open it up. And it usually, literally when I heard about it, I set up an account and uploaded my graded slabs. And it literally took me less than 5 minutes. And the first time I set up the account, I uploaded probably like 10 slabs, less than 5 minutes. That's how easy it's done. And the whole thing, the reason it was invented was because I know many of you all have an eBay account or an IG account or Facebook, and you've got some stranger, even if someone you're acquainted with, but you really have never done any trades or anything with this person, like through social media, and they want to trade with you, but you've got something, say, for sale on IG or eBay. They're like, dude, would you like to trade? Well, that's why Veriswap was created. So they're the middle guy. They're the third party. You both say, listen, I love your Tom Brady rookie. I want to trade you my Kobe Bryant rookie. So you okay, well, let's use Veriswap. So you send them the Kobe Bryant rookie, and the guy who you're making that trade with sends you the Tom Brady rookie. It goes to Veriswap. Veriswap makes sure everything is kosher, that you're getting what y'all have agreed upon. And when you get that, I'm going to have that Tom Brady rookie. It's not going to be some, bowl rookie card. And you're like, dude, I got ripped off. PayPal says sorry. Venmo says sorry about that. That's your own fault and you're screwed. Nope. Veriswap makes sure you don't get screwed or the other person doesn't get screwed. And you can also do cash trades. It's a great app. You can do, there's many more. Dan said now they're doing raw cards. He's heard people are even doing type 1 photos. They're doing unopened boxes. They're doing almost everything now. So check it out. It's crazy. I think do I have even a trade going on here? No trades yet, but it's pretty cool. You do trades. You can do a filter. You can filter through what you're looking for, what sport. And then when you put the serial code number in, at the bottom of, let's see, your PSA, it already comes up what everything is. So all you have to do is kind of like polish it up. You don't have to manually put in every single thing. It's that easy, guys. Sometimes it even puts up the picture automatically. You don't even have to take a photo of it. If it's, newly graded, you don't even have to put it up. They do all the work for you. It's that easy. And it's a little service charge. It's way less than eBay or I think it's probably about the same as My Slabs, is it, Dad? And it's so
they actually lowered their fees.
Oh my gosh, listen to that. Lowered the fees.
They cut them in half. I think they're at 5%, something like that. Between 1.2 to 1.5, I believe, is their percentage. They just lowered the fees. They made that announcement last week, I think. And the way that you got to think about Veriswap, it's like insurance. It's an extra layer of insurance that you're paying on the transaction just to make sure, just to help that you don't get scammed, because unfortunately that does happen when you do a lot of transactions that are off eBay or other marketplace platforms. So this is just an extra layer of protection for you to kind of protect your cards and your money if you're doing a deal with somebody that you don't know or doesn't have any type of reputation or anything like that. Another cool feature that I've noticed about this app is they have a lot of data features on there. Like when you're looking through the cards, you can actually tap a button within the app and it show you eBay comps right away.
That's right, they do.
So they have that. They have
see right there?
Yeah, so you can just hit that and it shows you like eBay comps or something, like check market
price. Yeah. So I check it.
And then they're actually doing other interactive things where, like this week at the Burbank Card Show, you can actually set up your trades and then execute them in person at the Burbank Card Show for free. So you don't have to, you can just meet up with some guy. There's going to be some feature where you can see the inventory that's going to be available at the Burbank Card Show. And then you can arrange through the app, the trade, you can negotiate through them and then just meet up at the show, and there's no fees on that. So that's just another way that the app is kind of evolving into this creative marketplace for people. So definitely check them out. They're a big sponsor of ours, a big supporter of our show.
They are. And they're going to be at the Burbank Card Show. Can't wait. There.
And the other big sponsor of our show, a longtime friend of ours and just recent sponsor, is Slab Mags. Check them out, guys. I don't really need to tell you a lot about Slab Mags because I've been pushing these things for the better part of 2 years now. People call me Mr. Slab Mags, but you guys have seen these. They make your cards look great. They are. I'll give you the
look at that.
Right here. Okay, they are
the red on that Jordan rookie flare is beautiful.
They are the only aluminum case slab protectors on the market where you get protection on both sides of the card. A lot of slab protectors out there, they're usually some type of plastic, and you get protection on one side, but not on the other side, or not on either side at all. This is the only one that I know of that gives you protection on both sides. That looks good. That's slim. That's not a huge acrylic holder or anything like that. It just opens up like this, like a little book. Put them in that like that, and it's UV protection. And what's cool about this is the color matching. You know, I always make sure that I get the color match for these cards whenever I can. Here's a Ronaldo, a gold Ronaldo here.
Oh, yes.
These are their regular ones, and then plus they have the metallic ones also available. All sizes, BGS, regular size, fixed size, SGC, PSA, regular size, fixed size, and they also hold the CGC cases too.
Oh, wow.
So check them out. We do have a code for that. Curator. You get like 10% off on their website. That's down right here below and also in the show notes. So check them out. big sponsor of ours. I always like to say too, when you go to shows, if you set up at shows like me and Merlin, when you have your cards in a slab mag, they instantly stand out.
That's so true. So true.
Any other case. And me personally, I think they add about 10% value because of the display quality of this. So check that out. Slab Mags, big supporter of us. So we want to sponsor. We want to support them too as the sponsor of our show.
I just feel like when people see those in a slab mag, they feel like that card is important and worth something.
Oh yeah, and just to get on this one, since you brought that up, like people like the initial pushback on slab mags was, oh my god, $20 for a holder. I can go buy something else. I can go buy something else for like $5 to $10. Why am I going to spend $20 or more on this holder, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you guys, scientifically, I can't show you that it actually adds value to the card, but it does help move cards. I mean, ask anybody that has put their cards in slab mags that sells them at shows. I have people that come to me when they get a new card, they put it in here just to move the card. It enhances the display quality and it makes it look like an expensive card when you have it in one of these slab mags holders. So definitely worth checking out. They definitely help you move the cards. And give it a try. And now the prices are actually going up, to be honest, because they're selling so well. The prices are actually going up on some of these.
Jeez.
Like the metallic ones, the gold metallics sell for like $30 to $40. But people are still buying it. And you know what? Here's a pro tip too.
Were those like limited or something?
No, they just cost more. But the cost of materials cost more because of the metallic. But pro tip here is if you are a vendor, just work in the price. Just work in the $20 or $30 or whatever into the price of your card. That's how you get your money back, and it will help you move your cards for sure. So check them out. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So let's talk about Burbank Card Show. Vendor setup starts tomorrow. The actual show VIP starts Thursday and open to general public Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's a lot of hype going into the show. There is a lot of buzz. I'm seeing. It's kind of weird because this is in my backyard, our backyard.
I know, right?
So I'm
really close to your backyard. It literally is in your backyard.
I'm 10 minutes away from the Anaheim Convention Center, but I'm seeing content from people that we see from across the country, right? From different states. They are coming to Southern California. They're showing their hotels. They're showing, they're going sightseeing and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird to see these people in my own backyard, my own element. But I feel like the hype is building. I feel like there's excitement around this. I think this is going to be a huge show. It has to be a huge show. Supposedly, I don't have the exact numbers, but supposedly over 900 vendor tables, which I think is the biggest. I think this is the biggest show out there. I don't know how many vendor tables were at the National. I would imagine
that's way more. Yeah.
I would imagine probably more, to be honest.
Probably not much more.
I would think the National would have more vendor tables, but I don't know. Like I'm looking
900's a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking at the site map on this. It just looks crazy. It looks like almost like a farm, like a map of a farm, and you just see like rows of crops going across. And if you look at the table numbers go into the 1500s, I think. Or 13 or 1400s in the table numbers. Like our table number is 950, guys. So if you're going to the Burbank Card Show, come see me, Merlin. We're at 950 and 951. That's our table number. And we're in the front. So the people in the back, I saw their table numbers in the 1400s. So who knows how many tables are at the show? Who knows how many vendors are going to be at the show? But to my knowledge, that's probably the most I've ever seen. So that's going to be crazy. The big question mark is are they going to be able to get enough foot traffic into the show to make it worth money for the vendors that are there, right? Mm-hmm. That's always a big concern for us. And I was thinking about this all the way when they made this announcement, like, okay, you're going to sell 900 tables. So you're going to take at least 900 people, vendors or around that number. You're going to take the SoCal people or the vendors that go to these shows, you're going to take them off the market, off the showroom floor. Mm-hmm. So who's going to be walking around? Who's going to be spending money? That's going to be a big question mark. But you know what? The first Burbank show, I kind of had my doubts. The second Burbank show, I also had my doubts. on them, and they killed it on both shows. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt for this show and just assume that they're going to kill it with foot traffic, and they're going to have a lot of liquidity within a lot of money floating around this show. Because with Burbank Sports Cards, this is why their shows are unique, and this is why they've been so successful versus all the other shows that are out there. They pump a lot of money into the micro economy of the show, right? They have their buyers at the front of the show, and people line up to liquidate their cards, and then they go into the showroom with a fistful of cash, and they spend that money. And that is unique to this show versus all the other shows that we've gone to. They've never had the show promoters have never had dedicated buyers at the front of the show. And I think that's why this show has been so successful the first time when it was in Burbank, then when it was in Ontario. So I think that they're going to do that this time. I think they're going to pump in hundreds of thousands of dollars right at the beginning of the show. And I think hopefully the idea is to spread that money across to all the vendors. And if that's the case, I think it's going to be a great time. What do you think?
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, I already spoke with the show locator, and he said there's going to be like 2 separate rooms, one of like the regular cards, like sports cards mainly, and then another area for TCG cards. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
so it's kind of split.
Yeah, they're separating it. I wish they wouldn't separate it though. I mean, because I think I don't know. I mean, I guess they have to.
Yeah, I guess they have to. There's going to be 2 areas.
Yeah, because there's a lot of crossover. There's TCG people that do sports cards and non-sports cards and things like that. So I always like to see people in one giant place.
So you think they should have just mixed it up in both rooms?
I don't think they should mix it up necessarily because I know people want to have focused areas so that if you're just like a TCG guy, you don't have to like search it throughout the room. But for me, I kind of like that. Some people want everything to be organized. They want soccer here, baseball here, vintage there, basketball, whatever. But me, I like to just walk around and look at everything and just try to find things, so that's just a personal preference, to be honest. But I do appreciate the level of organization that Burbank has put out so far. They've sent a lot of emails with very detailed instructions. Who knows? I think it's going to be a shit show when we actually get there and try and set everything up.
With all these other events going on, I'm really scared about getting there on Thursday.
There's 3 other shows going on.
That's crazy.
I call this
4 total.
This is Show-mageddon. You got a sneaker show, you got a K-pop convention, and you got an anime convention, all in this
and then Burbank Card Show.
Yeah, central spot here. So it's Show-mageddon, guys. We're going to see a lot of crazy stuff this
Show-mageddon.
And the parking's going to be a bitch. The parking's going to be crazy.
Oh, my God.
Are you setting up tomorrow?
No, I just spoke to Donald about it, but I don't know what to do.
You might want to consider that. We'll
speak after the show.
Yeah, I know the way that you kind of, like to have things organized. You might want to get that extra day in. But yeah, so it's going to be crazy. My strategy is basically this. So what I learned from the National is that my dollar cards move. You need to have dollar cards at your table because people want something fun and affordable. They don't want to necessarily spend high end on a bunch of stuff. And even like $100 slab is a lot for most people. So you have to have dollar boxes. So I have actually created three 2-shoe dollar boxes. They're actually $3. I call them dollar boxes, but
they're up to $3 now.
$3 for a base card.
Oh my God! Okay, well,
inflation. Okay, the top loader and everything, they're expensive. Anyways,
oh my God! You told me $2 last week. Now it's $3. I was pricing everything at $2, Dan.
3 boxes, and each box holds 400 cards. So I'm going to have 1,200 raw cards there available for people to look at. I'll be bringing
everything.
I'm going to be bringing a little bit of Super Mario, a lot of Marvel, Star Wars, Transformers, Harry Potter cards, K-pop cards, Disney cards, and maybe a couple other miscellaneous things. But just basically a whole a whole variety of pop culture cards that I've been opening up lately just for fun. And so, we're going to try this technique because the idea is basically to get people to come to the table, search through all our stuff, and then maybe they buy a couple things, and then maybe they buy a slab or two. Or if there's a large group hanging around the table, people will come to our table and they will look at our stuff, and then maybe they'll buy some of our other things, type one slabs, things like that. I only have one table this time, so kind of limited on real estate. But that's going to be the main strategy, is put out the dollar box cards. And I remember, do you remember when we went to Toronto last year or whatever?
How could I ever forget, Dan?
There was this dude that had a table, and he just had stacks of top on his table. Do you remember that? Just stacks.
There was a few of those tables in Toronto, Dan.
I walked by
about the really, really messy one.
Yes, and I laughed. I laughed when I saw that. I laughed. I was like, "Look at this guy. He's not organized. He's not professional." But later, I'll give the guy credit, whoever he is. Later, I walked by his table, and he had like 2 rows deep of dudes standing, waiting there.
I did see that. Yes.
And then somebody
scratching our heads at the time.
I forget. Somebody told me that is the strategy. If you put a bunch of like dollar boxes out there, people are looking through it because they're trying to make like $20 plays. They're trying to go through a dollar box and find a card for like $20 to $50 that is hidden in there.
Yeah, folks. And if you had seen this table, it literally looked like this guy got his garbage bags and dumped them on the table. Literally, it just whatever it fell, that's where it landed.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be way more organized than that guy, but that is the plan. I'm gonna have all my raw cards there, and I just want to get rid of them because I've been opening a lot of stuff on my channel.
You have
just for fun, for content purposes. So I want to get rid of that stuff. I'm also participating in a kids trade. It's not a trade night because it goes from like 2 to 3 o'clock. But I am participating in this children's trade event hosted by Mama Breaks.
Right.
So I'll have a lot of cards for kids, things like that. I'm sure these little bastards are going to try to tenderize me on everything, but whatever.
It's like, why am I getting comment cards, dude?
Yeah, it's for the kids. It's for the kids. There is a sponsored trade night by Burbank. I think it is Friday night. I want to say
Friday night. Oh wow,
yeah.
the first full night.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun to go to. And that kind of made me think, Merlin. I mean, it's too late to do something now, but if this Burbank Card Show in Anaheim becomes a thing, dude, why are we not hosting our own trade night? This is in our backyard. We should be hosting a pop culture trade night, I think. I don't know. Maybe
I agree, dude.
What do you think? Like, would anybody do that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Everybody here that's watching right now is into it.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun, right? Like, we could build the Between Two Slabs brand and do we don't even have to do anything crazy. Just basically invite people who want the alternative pop culture cards, hang out in one spot. I think we could do something fun. So maybe not this time around, but maybe the next show, whenever that is, we can organize
February.
We can organize our own trade night because I think that would be really fun. Let us know in the comments if you guys are attending Burbank. Or if you would attend Burbank and we had a sponsored pop culture trade night of all the stuff that we love to talk about, would you guys go? Let us know in the comments. I think that'd be really cool. Anything else you want to talk about, Burbank? What's your strategy? What are you bringing?
Well, because I saw, even though I didn't have room to bring that stuff, I want to bring my clearance boxes like you have, those like, say, dollar cards, $3 cards now because of inflation. But I'm going to bring boxes of that because I've got to clean out these shoe boxes, man. I got to clean them out, Dan.
Yeah.
So this is the best place for it because I've seen you, I've seen Adrian, I've seen the other people, get cleared out of these boxes. So this is a great time to bring those cards because they, like you said, I do agree. They do move. I've witnessed it. I've got a lot of my photos. I'm actually bringing a vendor wall this time that I bought. Like, like those, like you see it like Frankensons, like the cage wall, like a divider kind of thing with the fencing to it. So you can
you're going to be
have the clips. So you can hang up stuff. So I could probably put up some graded guards, some Type 1 photos, and other things on there.
Okay.
So it's like a 2-panel, 5-foot panel.
Did you read the rules?
No, what are you about to tell me? I'm in trouble?
You're not. I don't think you're allowed to have that without permission.
Shit.
So
Sorry.
you're gonna have to yeah.
Are you just making that up because you don't need to bring it? Because
because
Dan's gonna fill up with his wall over mine.
They have very strict rules, and like only like certain type of shelving that you can bring. And if it's not the right shelving, I think they're gonna charge you. So you should look at those rules because I think they'll charge you like $50 or something, extra $50 or worse. I don't know, something, but they'll charge you for that. Plus, if you're planning to bring all those boxes there, they got a rule where you're not allowed to bring a dolly. So I don't know how you're gonna bring those.
I've already talked about it. No, there's a dock area where I have to bring it all in because I have my cases and everything too.
Okay, all right.
So I have to go to the dock to drop it all off. I already got the information today.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so that's the strategy. Is I'm going to try to liquidate the raw cards. I still have a good amount of slabs, so I'll try to liquidate that a little bit. But I don't have too much because the National really cleaned me out. To be honest, the National cleaned me out of a lot of inventory, of my slabbed inventory, anyways. And I haven't been to another show since, so I haven't been doing a lot of buying. To be honest, I mean. And then we have Dallas next week too, so it's going to be kind of a crazy week. I actually might be doing more buying this weekend than selling. We'll see. What about you?
The Burbank show?
Yeah, because I only have.
I want to be. I've got plenty of stuff, man. I'm ready to sell.
For me personally, I only got like 40 slabs, dude. Like 40 slabs, which is not a lot. That's like one showcase. You know what I mean? So
I feel like you've got other stuff to sell though, man, because you're always telling you bought something new every single day. So you've got stuff out there.
The other stuff I have is it's like personal stuff, like PC stuff. But other stuff I have is like long-term holds. So
that's the strategy.
So I have been shifting my inventory, my buying habits from trying to flip cards to rare one-of-ones, which I plan to hold for a period of time to just kind of like, let it appreciate a little bit before I can sell it, right? Because basically the way that I look at things is if I buy like a one-of-one card and I'll buy it, like if I buy something on eBay for like $1,000, it's very hard to go turn around and sell it for $2,000 or $3,000. Right?
Why? Because that person goes on there and looks at the comp and knows this is that one sold for $1,000.
Yeah. So it's very hard because in their mind, even though it's the only one, it's 1-1 in their mind. They can't justify spending that money when I just bought it because they don't want me to make money on them, basically. Okay. So a more reasonable ask, in my opinion, my style is like 20-30% on top of that, 10 to 30%. So if I buy it for $1,000, I can sell it for maybe like $1,200, $1,300. And then the person that missed out on it, they might just pay that extra, right, to get it. But if I hold it for a while and time goes by and that comp is not relevant as it was, like let's just say I hold it for 6 months to a year, then maybe somebody will say, okay, well, I'll pay you double. Fine, whatever. I want the card, I'll pay you double or sometimes even more, right? So I've been trying to like lean towards that strategy a lot lately. So a lot of my cards are just kind of in that what I call incubation period where I'm enjoying them. Okay, but I got to let them incubate a little bit so that the price can mature and I can get my profit on it, right? Because that's another thing. I mean, I wasn't really going to talk about this, but that's another thing that I've noticed a lot lately. It's like the, the margin game is what I call it. When people are trying to make like 10, 20% on things and just getting continuous turnover, it's too much of a grind. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to work smarter. Where, I'm not hustling to make 10, 20%. I'm doing the same work, but if I'm a little bit more patient, I can make 100% or 2x or 3x or whatever, right? And I kind of proved that at the National with a lot of my inventory. But the problem is I overproved it where I have no more inventory now. I have like, only a little bit left. So anyways, I don't even know how I got onto that tangent, but anyways, I might be doing a lot of buying at Burbank this weekend.
Okay.
We'll see, but only the good stuff.
It'll probably be a good buying period in Dallas because I don't think anybody's going to be there. It's going to be worse than last year.
No, I'm going to...
Sorry to be a negative Nelly, but it is football opening weekend that weekend. And Texas plays Alabama on Saturday.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna give Dallas the benefit of the doubt because we thought Dallas was not gonna be good the week before the National, and all the reports I heard was that it was the best show of the year in terms of.
But this is a different story, my friend.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm afraid I'm wrong. But still, it is football. It's opening high school weekend, opening Pop Warner, opening NFL, everything. Arch Manning is playing for Texas now. That's Cooper Manning's son.
Hopefully they bring a TV. Hopefully Dallas Card investors bring a TV.
Yeah, right. They need it badly.
If you see them this weekend, you tell them.
It's some beers.
Okay, so anything else you want to talk about before we move on to the next topic for Burbank?
No, man. It's going to be I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of friends there. And I mean, just friends, not only just locally, but internationally as well. Everybody's going to be there. It's going to be definitely a FOMO event, guys. So if you're in town, come to the Burbank Card Show this week, starting Thursday, going on to Sunday. And there's not a Super Bowl this Sunday, so we will be there this time. And this is Dan's very first setup there.
If you're hesitant at all, just go. Just go. You don't want to miss this event. Anybody is going to be there at this show. And if you're going, come check us out. We are at booth 950, 951. Right in the first section, right in the middle section of the showroom. Once you walk into the doors.
That's awesome, dude. Awesome.
We got a good spot. So check us out, 950, 951. We are doing pre-deals too. This is something that I've been doing is I've been posting on my Instagram to try to set up pre-deals.
Okay.
So if there's anything you guys want to call dibs on or claim, hit us up and then we'll do the deals before and we'll set it up before the show gets started. So all you have to do is just pick it up. And if you're going, just come say hi. Even if you don't collect anything that we collect, just come say hi. We love to meet people, especially the people that support us on this channel and everything else.
That's right, guys. We'll love to see you all. Come say hello at least.
Yes. And you know what else is weird about this? I just want to talk about this one too.
Okay, what is it?
This is in our backyard. It's weird because when we go to a show, we usually stay at the hotel and we're immersed in the little world of the show for that first.
That's true.
Days. But you're not staying down here, right? You're driving back up every night.
No, it's probably crazy. I know but you usually have to drive all the time when you do shows up here, correct?
Yeah, but it's only a one-day show, So this
true. Yeah, I got to go up 4 times.
Yeah,
probably if you send me there tomorrow to set up, then that's going to be 5 days. I'm going back and forth.
So it's a little bit weird when it's in our backyard because I feel like I feel like there's going to be there's more stuff for us to do because this is in our backyard. You know what I mean? So it's going to be fun. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be cool.
Are we going to do a live from there as well?
I don't think we can do it. I don't think we'll have the Wi-Fi. So So we either have to go. Well,
we'll see what we can do. If not, don't hold your breath, but we'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know how.
If we feel like it, we'll post and let you know, guys.
Yeah, we'll try to do the live from the trade night if we have Wi-Fi, I guess, or power. But we'll see what happens. But definitely, we're gonna have to go to a really good dinner, and I know some good places.
I see. Mo and Adrian's already begging for you to take us out.
Yeah, so we're gonna be going there, and then we'll be doing the trade nights, and then that's it. I don't know what else is gonna happen, so we'll see.
And they're doing a trade night every night.
No, I don't know. Probably at the hotels, but we're not staying at the hotel, so it's a little bit more.
Well, we'll go, and we did. The last one you weren't at. You were in Asia, but we went to the hotels. Even after they had them at the convention center, we went to the hotels where they had the after trade nights.
Okay.
Stayed till like 2 a.m.
So check it out. Make sure you check it out. It's going to be the biggest show on the West Coast all year. So definitely you don't want to miss it. Okay, let's move on to our next topic.
Oh, because you were talking about, man, you've only got a few more slabs. And I started getting worried because I was like, Dan, are you getting burned out of cards? What is it, man?
I am. No, I'm trying to get out of the game, guys. Okay. Are we moving to the next topic or are you asking?
That's right, Dan. Okay. Wink, wink.
So here is a trending thing that I've seen lately. Okay.
Okay.
The value of the sports cards I notice are starting to really decline again. Not in an entire market. The entire market isn't necessarily crashing, but just I'm seeing the same mistakes people are making right now versus what they did last year. Okay.
Which is what?
Okay. So there was this, gosh, who's the quarterback for the Patriots? His name is
Mac Jones?
No, the other guy. There was like some guy. Hold on, let me look this up because he just got cut. He just got cut by the Patriots today, and people were betting big on him.
Well, there's been all kinds of terrible card hobby tragedy, especially with Wander Franco. Now you've got Shohei Ohtani out for the season with torn UCL.
He's not pitching, but he's still hitting, I think.
Oh, he's still hitting. Oh, he's good enough to hit.
Okay. So this guy, Bailey Zappi. He's a quarterback for New England. Anyways, he got cut today, so his prices tanked. Wander Franco, remember all the crazy hype with his superfractor a year ago?
Oh my God, I pulled some at the National back in 2019 and sold them for like.
Yeah, he has a scandal. His prices go down. Trey Lance.
Yep, went to Dallas from San Francisco. He was supposed to be the next franchise quarterback for San Francisco.
I'm seeing a lot of people do this crazy speculation on these prospects or these rookies or whatever, right? And then something happens and the market just tanks. So it just makes me kind of shake my head because I feel like people have not necessarily learned from that to an extent, but also just other things with sports cards. I'll give you a couple examples here, okay? My Ronaldo card.
Okay.
Right? This is Ronaldo's rookie, 2002. 2002 Ronaldo's rookie card. I have two of them. BGS 8s. I got two of them.
Yep.
When I got into this card, this was last year before he had all those setbacks. This is when he was still playing for Manchester United.
Right.
Bought this at about $8,000 on average, a little bit over around that $8,000.
Damn.
And then it has just continued to go down since then. You know, he got kicked off the team. He had a poor showing at the World Cup. He gets exiled to Saudi Arabia. Now this card is like $3,700, I think. $3,700.
That's it?
Yes. And it's at a price. When I first got this, right, at a BGS 8, it was $8,000. A PSA 8 was going to be like, I don't know, $9,000-$10,000, but a PSA 7 was like $6,000. So I didn't want to take the gamble of cracking this and trying to put it in a PSA and trying to get an 8. But now this BGS 8 has gone down so much that if I crack it now and I get a PSA 7, it's $5,600 versus the way it is right now, $36.
That's crazy.
If I get a PSA 8, I think it's a little bit higher than that. But it's gotten to the point where it makes sense to crack this card. All right. And that's Ronaldo.
Ronaldo needs a new dress.
That's a Ronaldo. Okay. This Jordan.
That's crazy.
This Jordan right here. I picked this up just at the National just a few weeks ago. Trade value $12,000. That's what it was at that time. Okay. Last sale $10,700. Last
Lord.
Sale. All right. So in a period of a few weeks, loses about $1,300. Right on this. And I look at these things, right? I'm like thinking to myself, damn it, you know, it's like the values of these things are so uncontrollable. They're too volatile that it makes it hard to really invest in these cards and make money on them, right? And these are the top guys. Imagine
those are the GOATs. Imagine
like the examples that we pulled up before of these QB prospects, these baseball prospects, even in the NBA, they're just like I guarantee you people are going to lose a lot of money on Wimby cards for sure when that guy starts playing, especially if he gets hurt.
You're telling us you haven't invested Wimby yet?
No, I'm not doing any modern. I'm not doing any modern sports cards. The only cards I'll really buy right now are Kobe, because I actually like Kobe and it's from our PC.
Well, he's already a GOAT. We were talking about prospects though.
I would not buy anybody. I wouldn't
for sports and period. You just buy Kobe.
I wouldn't even buy LeBron cards, except for maybe a rookie card or an auto, maybe. But it just makes me sick when I see these prices go down, and then I'm tied to these comps. Okay. So, anyways, I'm not. This is not the main focus of this topic here. Is the next thing is what I noticed when I was at that Blackpink concert. All right.
Okay.
I'm at the Blackpink concert, and you know what I see? Everybody has those photo cards of those girls. and they were displaying them like keychains around their necks, on their bags. Everybody had these photo cards. And I look around and I see how many fans are there. I see how many people are buying their merchandise. And then, I had a huge stack of those K-pop cards. I had over 130 of them. After
those considered photo cards?
Yes. And at the, it was funny. It was like a coincidence. While I was at the concert, some dude was messaging me and he actually bought out my entire stock. And I made good money on those dudes.
What?
I'm telling you guys about K-pop cards. I made good money. He bought my entire stock.
Did he buy those Oreo cards?
He bought 3 of them.
Okay, but you still have the set?
No, because I've sold 5 so far.
Oh, you pulled out of them.
Yeah, because I
pulled out
of them, guys.
Wow.
I had 10, so I had a set of 10, and I was keeping it, and then I put it on the market just over the weekend, and I already sold 5 of them. And I'm keeping 2 for myself, so I've got 3 left that I'm probably going to sell them at the show this weekend. But anyways, my point is that I look at when I'm buying cards, I'm looking for trends. I'm looking for where are people spending money, right? And what are people buying that they're not necessarily concerned about the value, like the comparable market value of these cards. They're just buying it because they want the card, right? And for example, like on this Jordan, right? I got into this Jordan at $12,000 trade value because I traded my other Jordan for it. So trade value at $12,000. It's at 10.7 right now. So I've already lost money. All right. If I sell it at 10.7, which it would be hard to get, I probably lost money. If it maybe goes up to 13, maybe I'll make 12 grand on it. I mean, maybe I'll make $1,000 on it. Okay. But it's going to be hard. Whereas with my K-pop cards, I made thousands of dollars on the K-pop cards. Okay. And my investment was way smaller than that. And the point I'm trying to make here is that if you can learn to spot trends in the market, then you can do better. You can do better in the alternative markets than you can in the sports cards markets. Because the way that people make money in the sports card market is they speculate on these rookies. They buy, or these prospects. They buy the prospect. If the prospect does well in their rookie year, price goes up or something like that, right? Or they speculate if somebody's about to break a record or somebody's about to win an award, an MVP or something, they'll speculate, but it's much, much harder when that happens, to actually make money on that. And there's more cases of people losing money doing that kind of stuff than actually making money. Whereas if you can go into these alternative markets like K-pop, like Disney, Star Wars, we've made tons of money playing in these alternative markets. Mm-hmm. Not because these are just new things that we're showing off to people and people are saying, oh, that's cool, whatever, right? But these markets are already established. And all we have to do is just find the card component within these markets, right? And then just kind of show people that. And when people see that, they'll buy it. You know what I mean? You kind of get what I'm saying here? Like I'm trying to tell people how to trend spot, right? And this is what I do wherever I go. I'm always looking for like, what is the coolest, what is the new thing that people are spending money on, right? If they're spending money on t-shirts or posters or whatever else, they're probably going to spend money on the cards also, if I can find it. So I've been looking for a lot of cool alternative stuff. This is not like, I'm not like giving the secret away or anything like that, but this is just an example. Like I picked up these, the
secret sauce,
these Street Fighter cards.
Oh, you pull it back a little. Those are freaking cool. Are those from Japan?
China.
Okay.
So low cost on this.
Wow.
I probably could sell this for like $5 or something like that. You know what I mean? And I can make it
shiny.
Yes, I can make a good margin on that. Marvel cards are still doing well despite what people think. Star Wars is killing it. K-pop, all the stuff that we've been getting into. These are the things like if you're trying to make money, because people always DM me, they're saying, oh, how can I get into this card flipping game? How can I get into the hobby and make money? How can I make the hobby pay for itself? These are the things you got to do. You got to look for the trends, and you've got to find, cards that people want to collect, not cards that people are necessarily speculating on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. I feel like with the sports card market, there's too much speculation, and it's just it's just like basically passing the bag to different people, and the margins are too small because it's too competitive. So, you know, go outside of that market. I always talk about, I've been telling people about this blue ocean strategy for a while, this concept from this book that I read. This is what I'm talking about. You got to go outside of that sports card box into these different niche markets, and you can do very well for yourself for that. So that's an observation I made being at that Blackpink concert. I'm kind of weird when I'm like at places. I think to myself, man, how much money does this place make, right? What is the system that they have? When I go to Disneyland, I'm the same way. I'm like, oh man, they must make a ton of profit selling this thing, right? Or how do they get things? So just being at that Blackpink concert kind of made me think about that. The new Ahsoka Tano series that's out on Disney Plus. I'm telling you, this show is going to be good, and people are going to be buying her stuff. So that's another
I have one right here.
Yeah, that's another example of just looking for trending themes, and then just trying to get in there. Okay, it's not the same as speculating, right? It's not the same as speculating, because when you speculate, you're hoping that guy does well. If you buy Wimby cards right now, Victor Wembanyama cards, you're hoping that dude is like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the next best thing. And if he performs well, then yeah, you might win. But if he performs averages or doesn't meet expectations or whatever, or gets injured, you're going to lose big time. Whereas if I'm buying like Blackpink K-pop cards, for example, I'm not hoping that they're doing well. They're already doing well, right?
Yes.
They're already got a huge fan base. I'm just jumping in there because there's no other competition. That's the point I'm trying to make, guys. Find trends where there's no competition, okay? You know, invest in those cards, turn around, and then that's how you can make money doing these things, okay? And I'm gonna prove it at Burbank this weekend when I have all my stuff out. You guys gonna see when I make my video vlog of that. So, anyways, okay. Anything you want to add to that?
No, I mean, you did a good job on that. So Dan, the Curator, has his Curator surfboard, and he is riding the blue ocean of waves.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about the other thing that's been on my mind lately, which is hobby content.
Okay.
So I'm always on social media because
never. I don't believe that.
So I'm always on social media, and I'm always watching what people are doing.
Okay.
Right? And I don't know about you, dude. Like, I feel like you're not on social media as much as I am, because I don't see you interact that much, to be honest.
No, I need to. I have a phobia sometimes of interacting with people.
I feel, and let me know in the comment section, guys, because I know you guys consume a lot of content too. I feel like
Totally found out about us.
I noticed trends in hobby content also, and I notice when there's certain type of content that gets good feedback, people copy it a lot. So, you know, content, yes. So a couple years ago when we were getting in the content game, the whole thing was about like show vlogs.
That's true. Yep.
Show vlogs and doing big deals and putting the money down. You got guys like Roth Cards or Sasha. They were going around and they were like doing deals and flipping.
Yeah, well, I think we were just all getting out of COVID. So it was just interesting to see people going to shows for the first time after the pandemic.
Yeah. So that was a trend. But I mean, I personally think that I see a lot less vlogs now. Even me, I don't do as many vlogs.
No, you don't.
As I did before.
We were all doing them at that time.
Yeah. So that trend has kind of died down. Then I noticed like trends where they were doing like Ken Golden, right? He would say, in my hand, I have this 1986 Flair Jordan, one of, whatever, right? I see a lot of auction houses doing this same thing. PWCC, Heritage, Robert Edward Auctions, all these guys, right? They're doing, these
hyping the card, hyping the product,
these dramatic presentations of these cards, trying to tell a story and why the card is valuable, right? I see that content across the board. Now I'm seeing content where people post a picture in the background and then they superimpose their head in a little corner and they start talking about it, right? They start talking about this event happened or this card is, for sale, right? I'm seeing that all across the board. And then I'm also seeing a lot of like staged content where people are doing like a commercial almost. And we've done this too. So it's, we're guilty of all this ourselves. But My point is, I
We've
feel
done
like
all these. We've done all of them.
for me personally, I feel like I don't know. I feel like
What?
it's boring. I feel like hobby content right now is very stale, very boring. I feel like a lot of it is not authentic, or just straight up fake. And I don't know. I'm just not entertained by it. Is what I'm saying. Even my, you could say the same thing about my content. Okay, I'm guilty of some of this too. But I feel like there needs to be there needs to be something fresh that comes into the hobby content space. And I don't have it figured out yet, but I think I'm going to come up with something. I'm going to come up with some type of new concept that's different than everybody else and try to make it interesting and entertaining for people. But that's just how I kind of feel right now. Like, what do you think? When you watch content, what do you get anything from it?
Maybe that's why I'm not interacting as much lately, Dan. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I got burned out of looking at everybody's content. I don't know. It's just like a card or the display cases when we go to these shows. I just see the same old. Maybe.
Yeah.
Is that what? Maybe it's what you're implying.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's like people are copying each other. When people see something that's working, that goes viral, everybody else will copy it. And I don't know. I'm just getting bored with it. I'm getting bored seeing auction houses show off something and telling a story, like a dramatic story, and they have all these cut scenes. I don't know. It's just,
well, you're the one who started all that. You said it's important to create a story behind your items.
Yes, but it's overproduced is what I'm saying.
Okay, of course.
Some guys do it well because it just seems authentic. What's that guy's name? The guy who's Layden, not Layden Breaks, but the other Layden guy who does the vintage baseball stuff. You know what I'm talking about? He looks like Vince Vaughn. He's based out of New York. Anyways, he does content where he says, okay, this is, I found this card, and he tells a little story about it, but it looks real. It looks authentic. Whereas if I look at these auction houses like Golden, for example, or PWCC, it's too produced. It's overproduced. Where
it's too scripted.
Yeah, it's just too scripted. I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. So that I think is like kind of boring. When I see people superimpose their head onto a picture talking about something, I think that's super boring. Now,
I'm always superimposing my head on people.
Yeah. When I see people like doing like a staged commercial for whatever product they're pushing, I think that's kind of lame. So
how about all those women who do Pokemon cards now, and they wear very little and they show a lot of cleavage?
Okay.
I noticed a lot of those lately too. I'm not saying I've been following them all, but I noticed once you start open up one, you open up Pandora's box.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that because I don't want to incur the wrath of that community. So I'm not going to comment, but I understand what you're saying.
Well,
yes.
I was thinking maybe that we should wear like maybe Borat outfits when we do content. I'm sure that'll get a lot of followers.
You remember when
a thong? If I wear a thong,
you remember for TikTok, right?
Yeah.
When TikTok first came out, all the content was about dancing. People would just dance.
Really?
And then it evolved into like short form videos and all these other things.
And then challenges.
Yeah, but I think that's that's what I'm trying to get at is like content kind of like constantly has to evolve. And what I'm seeing in the hobby space right now, I just think it's boring. And again, I'm not saying that my content is like anything different, and it's probably boring to a lot of people too. But I think that there needs to be something. There needs to be something that changes because I think it's just too fake, too staged right now. Something has to come into our hobby space to make content more interesting. And I'm going to come up with it. I haven't figured it out yet, but I got a couple ideas, but I'm going to come up with something new. And I guarantee you when I start doing it, I bet you anything people are going to copy that trend.
Oh, definitely, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comment section. If you guys feel like some of the content is stale right now, I'd love to get your guys' feedback on that. The one type of content that I do enjoy watching, there's two types. There's memes, because memes are always funny to me. So when I see like Lamine James do something, that's always funny to me. Or
I like those too.
When people actually show cards, when people show their cards, and that's it. You know, they could do whatever they want. They could play music, they could talk about the card, whatever. But when they actually show the actual card without showing their face, that still interests me if it's a new card that I've never seen before. But everything else is boring right now, I think. And we need to change that. We need to figure a way out to make hobby content entertaining, but also authentic. That's what I want to do. Okay. So that's my rant for this week. We'll go into mail days. Do you have anything you want to show off?
Oh, Dan, yes, I do, buddy, because, we are going to the Burbank Card Show this week, so I might show some stuff off that I will have at the show. So let's do it now, guys. These are pretty cool. I posted this one up lately. This is Super Mario Brothers. Dan, I thought you would like this one, so
I saw that.
You saw this one. This is a Type 3, and I've just got these new 8x10 Ultra Pro one-touch magnets. I bought these on eBay for about $20. They run about $20-25. This one's a clear one that fits an 8x10. This is from $19.99. What's that?
How much are you selling that for?
Oh, I don't know. I just got it, so I don't even decide.
I'm just wondering, like, if you spend $20 on a holder, that's got to be like $100, right?
Oh,
at least.
Yeah, at least, yes.
Yeah.
But these super rare, so you don't find these. And you heard about the Michael Jordan Type 1 that sold the other day, right?
Yes.
It's his first appearance playing at UNC in 1981. I think like October, his first game. And I think he's like tying his shoes or something, or getting ready to get on the court. And I think it sold for over $1 million. Type 1, highest paid Type 1 photo so far.
Can we talk about this for a second?
Yes, let's
go ahead. Go ahead, show off whatever you're going to show off.
So here it is. So
oh, nice.
This one is not a Type 1, it's a Type 3. The reason is why, because if you notice, it's kind of, I knew it, but even though they thought it was a Type 1, but they put in question mark, but I knew it was a Type 3. I still got it at a good price. But it's pixelated. I could tell it was a laser print. So all digital prints and laser prints, because this is from 1987, and they even do the laser printing on the back there. You see right there in the information.
How do you know it's laser printed? What does that mean?
Okay, well, because I can just tell here it's laser printed, and this is definitely printed from a laser print machine. I can just tell. And laser print photos and digital print photo, even though digital print is a real print now because it's digital photos. But back in 1987, a digital print meant it came from the photograph, and then they digitally printed instead through the computer, and it tried to do its best detail this was probably the best of the best back in 1987 of digital or laser printing from a printer. But still, it's a nice photo of Michael Jordan, and the way these things of Jordan are moving, that I had to buy this at that deal.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay, let's talk about
so you're telling me, and I think I saw this auction. I didn't know the price, but you're telling me this Jordan Type 1 photo sold for over $1 million.
That's correct.
Okay. I don't want to start a conspiracy, okay? But here's what I noticed.
Okay, what's that?
So a couple months ago, Type 1 photos, like, people weren't really talking about them, right?
No.
And you could buy some Type 1 photos for like some really good ones for under $1,000.
That's true.
And lately we've seen, I have definitely noticed that Type 1 photos are starting to dramatically increase in value. Some of them are warranted. If there's like a Type 1 photo of a rookie card or some significant event, I can understand why that would go for like $10,000+, right? But some of these ones, like this Jordan one, I don't know what was special about it. Was it the shot that won the NCC?
No, it's his first game with UNC. His first game, 1981 October.
Okay, I guess that's significant. But like some of these Type 1
debut
are going for a lot of money. Like I've seen some on these auction sites go for like $30,000+ for some of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I don't want to say like it's being manipulated, but I feel like I've seen these trends before. When something comes up, then you'll see a record-breaking sale to set the ceiling, and that will bring in a lot of bullish investors that are trying to cash in on this. People will go in and they'll start paying up for everything that is underneath that top sale, and they'll raise the market, and then there's ultimately going to be
a crash,
a steep correction,
a bubble.
Yeah, a steep correction. Yeah, that's how a bubble comes up, right? And you could say this. You could look at different examples. You could look at the Jordan PSA 10s, for example, when they sold for $730,000 a few years ago.
Just 2 years ago?
When that sale happened, everybody bought the Jordans. You could say this with Marvel PMGs when they were selling for like $100,000. You could say this, with lots of different things. And now I feel like we're seeing it with the Type 1 photos, which, we have Type 1s. We've been buying it. We've been talking about it lately, right? But I just feel like some of these photos are going for way crazy prices for what they are, And the thing about Type 1 photos is they're not all one of ones. You can actually there could be a duplicate of that Type 1 photo out there somewhere. That's true. I feel like if that Jordan, for example, sells at that price, I bet you somebody else has it out there and they're going to see it and they're going to slab it and they're going to try to cash in on it or something. You know what I mean? But I just feel like I wonder if there is any intention with some of these sales. I wonder if the people that hold a lot of stock inventory are buying these things high because they know they can sell their other stuff. They can get a premium selling their other stuff. You know what I mean? So it's not the, I don't know. I don't want to say it's manipulation. I don't want to say that. I'm
sure any time there's going to be manipulation.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I feel like these sales there's an intention behind these sales. Like people are paying up for these things because they know it's going to raise the price of these other things that they have a lot of inventory.
That could be. Yeah, can't argue with that.
Something definitely worth paying attention to for sure. Like some of these sales like that I keep seeing on when people say, oh, this Luka rookie RPA sold for like $130,000 or something like that a couple years ago. Yeah. I wonder, and now it's selling for way less than that. I wonder if that was intentional. I wonder if like they bought that card to raise up prices of everything else, cashed in on that, and now they just take a loss on this or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's still a gamble on their end.
Like I don't understand why anybody would pay that much money for Jordans, for a photo of Jordan. You know what I mean? When it never sold for that price before. You know what I mean? So just something to think about. Okay, what else do you have?
Well, since we're going to be at over in Disneyland area this week, I'm a film nerd, and the whole reason I went to film school was because I saw Star Wars at 7 years old. I still love Star Wars, and I found this George Lucas. This is from 1987 Type 1. He's at Disneyland promoting the Star Wars tour ride that opened up, I think, about that same year. And that's pretty cool. So that's at Disneyland. So you see all the stuff on the back, guys. That's how you know it's pretty much Type 1. It could still be a clean back and still be a Type 1, but more than likely it was published and it came from a newspaper source. And you're going to see all this stuff on here, like the article about it, and then the archivist and everything about that, and maybe the newspaper information. And then you always tell all the viewers, Dan, to find stuff that's unique, oddball, right? Find things that are as much as one of a kind as possible instead of buying the same old. Well, I found this so unique. I didn't even know if this was going to even get slabbed and authenticated. I thought it was so freaking cool when I found it. And I sent to this because I was still naive about sending in Type 1 or type photos. And this is really cool. If you see the back here, it says scan type information silhouette. I was like, what the heck? Anyway, look at this, guys. It's almost like a red PMG. Darth Vader. It has like 3 acetates on it. So Darth Vader is an acetate. The red background's an acetate. And then the background, which is the real card itself, is where Boba Fett is. So you peel those off. And they even mention that when you scan the QR code. But yet again, this is promotional photo, so it is a Type 3. So all promotional press photos that have teletype and stuff that's not tape. Where is it? Right there? Well, there it is right there. It's always going to be pretty much a Type 3 photo, and they can still be used for publication, for press. I mean, this obviously was used for publication. That's why 20th Century Fox made this acetate of it. So I thought that was really cool. I've yet to see one like that. And then I do, last but least, you can tell me, Dan, what I should do with this. I got this for a good deal. Folks, if y'all tell me what to do. This is a Type 1, Dan, where you can see the photographer's name on here and stuff, right? But the problem is, Dan, it's matted. So what should I do? Should I send this in just to get authenticated or what? Or should I send it back? What?
It looks too big.
Let's see what it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Jordan and Larry Bird, 1987. Should I rip this apart and try to steam this off, or leave it as is and just get a letter of authentication and frame it myself, or what? What do you think?
It looks really beautiful. Nice. It looks nice the way it is. I would probably, if you can get a letter and then just frame it.
Okay.
Rather than taking out, because if it's glued in there,
yeah, I would ruin it, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't take it out.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
But okay, cool.
Thank you for the advice, bud.
Yeah,
hope you enjoyed them.
I don't really have anything to show off this week, so we can get straight to comments here.
That's so hard to believe, Dan.
I mean, I bought stuff, but I don't want to show it off. It's not worthy of showing off.
And then look at last but least, look at this one. I forgot to show this one too. This is from Germany. It's a Germany card company. It's Jumbo Card, and believe it or not, SGC will grade these Bravo cards from Germany. This one's like a lenticular type card of Taylor Swift.
Cool.
I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm gonna probably, if I don't sell it this week, I'll send it to SGC and get it graded. There you go. That's Merle's Mail Day.
All right, let's get to some of these comments here.
Let's do it. We got a lot, Dan. We got a lot of viewers because we are competing now. I heard with the personal finance dad and Flip
We're
Steve
not
and
we're
Leo.
not competing.
We are competing with them right now. They just had their NFL draft, I heard.
Okay.
Adam told me.
Very cool.
Emmanuel, hey guys, what's up, Emmanuel? But we got the cooler channel. We got 47 people. Emmanuel, Asako and Between Two Slabs on at the same time. Oh my goodness.
Did you just say Asako?
Asaka. Sorry. Southern, don't make fun of my accent, Dan.
Asako. I thought you were talking about like Rock and Sock Connection.
Sorry. Shut up. I'm gonna beat you up tomorrow when I see you. Okay, Carlos, rise and shine. Good evening, Curator Army. That's right, buddy. Look at those muscles. I'm gonna get down. Zup Chili. Hello.
Somebody made fake accounts of our names, I think.
Yes, I think so. No, that's me.
Oh, this is you. Okay.
Yeah. But every time I type in, it types in. Guess who's back? Merleworld Cards Canada, rise and shine, buddies. He's back. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Curtis, how was the shake weight usage? Oh, did you use that thing? Did you take it with you?
He's talking about the black pink light, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah, we me and my wife, that's her light thing. But here's the funny thing, okay? That thing costs $60. It probably costs like $5 to make. Okay, it's just a plastic little light. It costs $60. And they were selling those at the show, and there was like a line. There was like a 45-minute wait in line to buy one of those things. And I was looking, this was at Dodger Stadium. The whole stadium was filled with these pink lights. And I was thinking to myself, they sell them $60 each. If they sold like 30,000 of them at Dodger Stadium, which is probably how much they had there, that's like almost $2 million. That's like $1.8 million of selling these little lights there, you know? I'm like, that's so crazy. That's why I think when I look at stuff like that, I think to myself, okay, these people will buy anything. These black pink bands will buy anything. That's why I need to get the cards. That's what I'm talking about with trend spotting.
Good Lord, yeah, that's a lot of merch.
Anyways, I will say this. So me and my wife went to the concert. She had the light and she was using it and, you know, interacting with the songs and stuff. And I didn't have one. So I actually felt left out. I felt like I should have bought one for myself too. But it was fun.
Oh my goodness. You should have just done this. Adrian, CB Sports Cards. 2 days left, brothers. What's up, guys? Can't wait to see you, Adrian. I feel like I haven't seen you all year, brother. Mark the Collector, happy Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday, Mark. HKY Cardboard, yeah, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. They did a really nice tribute on both WWE and at AEW's All In.
I could not. We didn't even talk about that, but I could not believe that he died. He had a heart attack.
Yeah, from complications from COVID. I guess he had been dealing with this COVID issue all year after Royal Rumble.
It reminds me. It kind of reminds
36.
me, like, I don't know what, like late 90s or whatever, when
everybody was passing,
when people were like dying of heart attacks. And stuff.
Yeah, like Brian Pillman and
that was just
Eddie Guerrero in the early 2000s.
That was really too bad. And then here's another thing I want to talk about. Like when he passed away, prices on his cards shot up dramatically from that. And I don't know, man. I feel like that's in poor taste, to be honest. I don't know. It just like, if like people were buying his cards or just, I don't know. I just feel like it's in poor taste when a tragic thing like that happens and then people try to cash in right away. I think it's different if it's like an old person, like when Bill Russell died, people had been buying his cards, anticipating that he would pass away soon. And then, you saw a jump on price when, things like that happen. But I just feel like if there's like a tragedy, when somebody dies like that, and then you see on eBay a card that was listed for like $100 suddenly goes for like $2,000. I just think it's crazy.
Yeah, I had 5 listed on eBay, and
you were one of them. You were one of the guys.
No, because I've had them listed forever. I had them at regular prices, and they all sold out within a minute. So I knew something was going on. So I Googled Bray Wyatt to see why 5 different people bought 5 different of my Bray Wyatt cards.
I can understand people buying it because they want to feel like they have a piece that reminds them of him. I just don't like to see, because I was seeing some crazy prices on some of these things, like $2,000, like $10,000, $20,000 for some of his cards, and I was thinking to myself, that's crazy, dude.
I'm sure my cards are listed now on there for that price. Could be, but I had them at regular price. I had his rookie autos. Emmanuel, I'm going to try to make the Burbank show. Hope to see you guys. Hope to see you, buddy. Come see us. Like we said, it's booth 950 and 951. Vintage Lord Canada. Tuesday nights are always so informative, entertaining to you both. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Our friend from the north.
Friend from the north. Carlo, Slab Mags are like Hondas. They sell themselves. Great quality and great service. Carlos, will you do a live stream for the show? We hope to. It's our intention. We'll see what we can have to work with, meaning like internet connection. Joseph Gomez, is there too much base cards and production runs? For example, Donruss Soccer? I'm sure. Dan?
Is there too much base cards?
Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
That's why you came up with that solution a few weeks ago, right?
Yes. About like trying to make base cards cool again. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like they have to make, what's crazy?
What?
Is like the whole system of how our hobby works just makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
That a company can create a special card, like the ring card, the one ring card, for example, for Magic the Gathering. They can make that card. That card costs pennies to make. They sell it for retail at their normal retail price, and it's a $2 million card, right off the bat. They basically just made a card, and suddenly that card became worth $2 million. And that
because someone had the bounty on it, right? But ended up being Post Malone buying it, correct?
Yeah, but they just made it, is what I'm saying. Like they just like if they made it today and they put it out tomorrow, it's $2 million right off the bat, right? But that company can't necessarily. They don't get the $2 million. They only make money on all the retail products that are sold. So they have to make these special cards as chase cards to incentivize people to buy their product. And then on their product, they make whatever margins they make on their products, which I think is probably pretty good too, right? But it's like the system is, okay, we can make a card that is worth $2 million, but we can't get any of that $2 million. So instead, we have to make a ton of product out there so that we can make $2 million or more on selling all these products. But we have to make this $2 million card in order to do that, right? And anything they put out there, like people are so degenerate that anything they put out there, people are buying. They're just putting out, they make cards of just crazy stuff, poorly designed, poor quality control. They make it out there, but we'll just buy it anyways, right? Because that's how the hobby is. We just buy everything. But I just feel like so crazy. And then one year they can make the price of a box one price this year, and then next year they can raise the price, and then they can lower the price. It's like they're just making this stuff up. Topps Star Wars Galaxy Chrome, for example. First year it comes out, it's like $100 box, $120. Second year it comes out, it's $300. This year it comes out, it's $200. Like they're just
it's going back down again?
Yes, yeah, retail price.
Why?
So they're just, I don't know. That's a good question. Why? Right? They're adjusting the price levels, and I'm sure they're making more of it. So they sell it in volume, so they'll make their profit. But
they add more like inserts in there.
Yeah, but it's just like it's weird, right? It just I don't know. The whole model, the business model of the card industry is it makes no sense, right? Or when they do those Topps Now moment cards, where somebody, like if a player hits a home run, they'll make a moment card of it, and they'll sell out, and they'll generate like $200,000 by selling out, making this one card selling out in 5 minutes or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I saw like there was a Wemby first pitch at Yankees Stadium that was a BGS 10 black label of a Topps Now card of his.
But the point is they just print. It's like they're printing.
Yeah.
Like they just made a LeBron James and Mookie Betts or something like that Dodgers card, and they're saying
Topps Now did, or
they're
who?
saying it's Topps. Yeah, Topps Now. They're saying it's
Ooh.
LeBron James' first Topps card in like 12 years or whatever it is.
Oh wow, I guess it would be.
And it sold like, I don't know, 5,000 copies or whatever within minutes, and they sold out. So it's just crazy.
They're on to something.
Yeah, it's just crazy how they can print money like this. So I don't know. I got on this long rant about that. I don't know why I just kind of did that, but it just kind of amazes me how that happens. And as a result of that, they're overprinting all these other cards as a result. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Maybe there should be a solution to making those cards worthwhile somehow. You know, I wish they could recycle them. I wish they could like trade them in and redeem them to one really great card or something like that. By the way,
work on that, man. Yeah. By the way, what?
I'm pretty sure Topps stole my idea for the Victor
already
redemption. Remember, because last year in December, I did a solo episode. And I think you were gone that weekend, and I did a solo between Two Slabs episode. And somebody asked me, City by the Bay asked me.
Oh no, yeah, I was stuck in at Duke University.
City by the Bay asked me, what would you do with a redemption card to make it more exciting? And I said, you should be able to take that redemption card and turn it in to meet the player. Something like that, right? A meet and greet.
Yeah, like an achievement. Like an achievement.
Yes. And now Topps is doing that same thing with the Victor Wembanyama cards. If you have a green auto, you can go meet him in San Antonio and you get a chance to win a 1-of-1 auto or something like that.
Oh, that's like the golden ticket.
Yeah.
The green auto of
so
Victor. What's that coming out of?
It's good to know that Topps, like Bowman or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's good to know that Topps marketing executives are watching this show and coming up with these ideas, you know. So I take full credit for that, guys. Some people try to say that they came up with it before me, but no. Unless you have a video showing it, I take full credit for that idea.
That's right. Adrian, CV Sports Cards. Dan, you going to take Merlin and I to a great rush shining your hood or what?
Yes, I got you guys. Don't worry. I got
Woo!
it already.
Mark the Collector, Between Two Slabs trade night, baby. That's right. We're going to have one, man. We're going to do it. Mark the Collector. I'll fly there next time if you guys have the trade night. See, Dan, that's why we're going to have one, because we need our viewers.
If we have enough demand, guys, I'm telling you right now, if we have enough demand and people actually show up, we will organize a trade night for sure. I think that'd be super fun. Yeah,
y'all will represent. Bring your Between Two Slabs t-shirts. Wear them proudly. Papa Jim, what's up, Papa Jim? Woo! Hi, fellas. Took a little time off, but looking forward to seeing you both in Dallas soon. Good to see you, Papa Jim.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you.
I wish you were out here. You need to come make a trip out here, brother. If the business will allow you. Trader Griff's, what's up, fellas? Did Merlin hit 1,000 yet? No. What spot are you guys setting up at Burbank? Like I said, we're at booth 950, 951. And then next week on the next show, well, I will show, because I was going to do it last week, but I'll show you all the giveaways I'm going to have for that 1,000th viewer giveaway. Okay, or subscriber giveaway. I got some good stuff. I might have even more by next week. We'll see, but it's going to be worth the while. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your wife, tell your kids to lock up your doors and watch Between Two Slabs and subscribe to Merleworld Cards.
Can somebody just pay for like some fake subscribers for him so we can just stop talking about this? Please, guys, please.
I know, right?
What is it, like $20 for like 100 subscribers or something like that? Somebody bite the bullet. Please do that for us.
Adam, help a brother out.
Yeah, so that he can stop talking about this. I feel like we're trying to get that 1,000 for over a year now.
It's been 2 years, Dan.
2 years.
Pathetic, I know. Scarred face. Wow, it's not Scarface, but scarred face. 824. Those MJ Ronaldo rookies are iconic, but not rare at all. There's just too many of them. That's why 90s rare inserts are more stable than some base rookies. Rarity demands respect. Oh, I agree, man. That's when those inserts got more popular in the 90s.
So, I agree with that. Like this one right here, this pop is about pop 1800.
It is?
For a BGS 9, okay? So I would agree with that. That's not rare. This Ronaldo, though, this is like a pop 40.
That's it?
It's pretty rare, yeah.
That is rare.
But the price is still volatile for whatever reason, just like, I don't know, guys. Like, I look at this, like, if you're going to say, hey, if you want to make some safe plays in the hobby, you buy the goats. You buy high grade rookie cards or whatever you can afford, right? And still, these are an example of how they can lose value on a weekly basis.
Now, are you going to hold on to those, or are you going to bring those to the show as well?
I'm going to bring them to the show. Like
you are going to bring them to the show.
I'm going to crack this. I'm going to crack this and put it and take my chances. Yes, I have my cleaner there. He's going to prep the card for me.
The cleaner.
And I'm going to take my chances and see if I can put this in a PSA slab and maybe get a little bit of value and try to minimize or recoup my money on that one.
You feel safer now about doing that?
Yes. The Jordan, I don't mind having this card. I really love this card. So I don't mind having this in my collection. And if somebody's willing to cash me out on this, then I'll do that too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that, like, I've got like maybe, I don't know, 10 sports cards left in my entire inventory. So not that much.
Trader Griff's. I like making content, but it cuts into my listings and sellings. Oh yeah, right. And content your day.
Content takes it's a full-time. It's a full-time endeavor, making content. So like you either make content for fun, just for the hell of it, or you make content with the intention that you're going to monetize it somehow. And that doesn't mean that necessarily, here's a tip for you guys who want to make content, okay? So when you monetize your content, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make a YouTube video and you're going to get paid by YouTube, because you actually you don't make that much money. Same thing with Instagram, TikTok, whatever, Twitter. You make a little bit of money, but it's chunk change for the amount of time and effort.
You can't retire off this money is what you're saying.
You put in. Yeah, you'd have to get to the highest levels of content creation where you, like Mr. Beast, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys like that. So, that's one way of monetizing, but that's not like the real reason you do it. Sponsorships help. Like if you get sponsors like us, Veriswap, and Slabmags and all the other sponsors we've had.
That's probably your best bet.
That helps. That makes a little bit of money, but it's very inconsistent with that. So
it requires a lot of hustling.
Yeah. So for me, content, the real opportunities with making content full time, the way that me and Merlin do it, is basically it gives us opportunities. People see us, they want to do deals with us. It gives us a level of trustworthiness where people will do deals offline, off eBay and things like that with us because they know us or they've seen us and they trust us. And it gives us exposure. So people see our stuff and we get more eyes on it and it helps move things like that. So that's really where the opportunity comes in.
Papa Jim seems like too much of the same content, especially from the National. Did some house cleaning on content that I listened to.
That's
Oh,
what
there
I'm
you
saying.
go.
That's what I'm saying. It's like everybody's copying each other, and I don't know. It just seems really stale to me. So I feel like I want to come up with something new. I want to, and I'm guilty of this too. I don't want people to talk shit about me saying, "Oh, Dan thinks he's better" or whatever. His content is just as boring as everybody else. I need to think of a way. I want to think of something new and creative
Right, you always have to
for hobby content to just kind of refresh it. Okay.
Mhm.
And I feel like I'm close. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm going to come up with something new, and hopefully it'll be fun and entertaining. And I'm sure after I do that, then people probably try to copy us too.
Well, I'm already starting my content, my card show on OnlyFans. So hit me up if you want to know that link.
Okay. Real quick here. I'm just saying, I'm putting this out there. I think that this would make a killing, but I think if there's like people on OnlyFans that like did like nude breaking, I think that would be a thing.
I think I've come across a couple profiles
I'm
that
telling
probably do that.
Okay, because you've seen like those bikini coffee shops where where women serve coffee in bikinis. You've seen that. You've seen like there's like bikini hair salons where people cut your hair, in bikinis and things like that. Right. I think at some point people are going to do that with breaking, and it's going to be a crazy thing when that happens.
Breaking. Oh my God. Yes. I can see it right now. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh, is this a new one?
Yeah. Oh
God, I didn't even notice it. Sorry about that, Papa Jim. The last Dallas show had very few content creators due to the upcoming national, and it was nice.
It was nice. No content creators.
Oh wow, really? What's up, James? Hi guys. Hope to see you this week, James. When you coming in? To Raptors, what does type 1 mean? Type 1 means that it comes from the original negative, and that photo has to be produced within 2 years of that photo being made. So when that photographer clicks that photo, that has to be processed within 2 years and published. Type 2 is after 2 years. So you can still have a photo from the original negative made 40 years later. Like I have a Frankenstein from 1931. It's a type 2 because it's my first type 2 because I was like, God, I haven't had a type 2 yet. And this type 2 was made in 1980s from the original negative, which is crazy to me. Like you're making a photo from the same negative, which is pretty risky. But but that's a type 2. Trader Griffs, that Jordan type 1 from his first Bull game sold for $175,000 yesterday. Yeah, and that UNC one sold for $1 million. 25 Perez. I'm watching you guys waiting for the hurricane to hit Florida. Oh, brother. Yeah, we had that
be safe.
Earthquake. Yeah, be safe, brother. Chatty Boy 45. What's the max size on a photo type 1 that PSA will slab? I know you mentioned that before. Well, at first I was naive and thought anything bigger than 810 they wouldn't slab, but I was totally wrong. I've got 912 slabbed. I think I might even have a 814, 914 slab, but
I don't think it goes that high.
I think I have a 914 slab. I think as big as they went.
That's 11 by 14, so it's not going to go bigger than that.
Did you have an 11 by 14 slabbed?
No.
What was your 1114?
The Andre photo that I showed you.
And it wasn't slabbed or was slabbed?
No, they said they couldn't do it.
Oh, they couldn't do it. There you go. Okay, guys. So
11 by 14. Okay. They said it's too big.
Oh, what? Oh, wow. Okay.
They only have one holder. They only have a standard holder. This one right here.
Oh, so I did not know. There you go. There's Dan telling you.
This may be 9 by 12, I guess, but basically 8 by 10. That's basically what it is.
Okay. But did you get a letter for the Andre?
No.
Why is that?
It's actually inconclusive. They couldn't determine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird. Retro Hoops Collectibles. What's Ivar? What's up, man? What's up, Merlin? Good to see you, brother. I wish you were coming out there, Burbank. Hope to see you soon, maybe in Dallas. Check out his channel on YouTube as well, Retro Hoop Collectibles. He's really good with stats, and he loves his basketball. Love watching his channel. Good to see him watching ours. Trader Griff's fresh content would be you getting Post Malone on the show to talk about his Magic the Gathering collection. Yes, it would. Hopefully, we can get some celebrities on here.
You know what? I think this is not even a new concept, but I do find it very entertaining to see celebrities' collections. Whenever they would do like MTV Cribs or something like that, and they have a section of the episode where this is my collection of whatever it is, right? And they do this with they do this in other collectible markets, like collectible cars. They'll go to a celebrity's garage and they'll show off their collectible cars. I've seen celebrities' watch collections, things like that. But I would love to see a celebrity's card collection, you know, and see what kind of cool stuff that they have in there.
Yeah, right. I mean, at the very first Burbank show last year at the Burbank show, and I would have not even known if I didn't bring my buddy Rich, who was helping me, but he pointed out the head of A&R of Atlantic Records was set up there as well, and he was just freaking out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, what would be compelling to me if I saw like an athlete's collection? Like, I know Mike Trout, he collects cards. You know, he's
like other sports cards. I know Giannis does too.
He recently showed off his his Tops Now card of him and Shohei that he signed, right?
Oh, wow.
But I would love to go to his house and see his card collection. I think that would be really cool content. I didn't know that Giannis collects, but if he has
post his stuff too,
you know, I'd love to see that collection, and I'd love to see other athletes just kind of come out of the collecting closet and talk about collecting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see athletes make collecting content. You know what I mean? On a regular basis. I think that'd be really cool. Like, you know, Pico Collections?
Yeah, yes, of course I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's retired.
He used to play for the Bengals.
Yeah, he's retired. So when he started making content, he was already retired. But it would have been so cool to see him, you know, in an NFL locker room ripping packs or something like that. You know? So maybe there's an idea out there for somebody to take.
Maybe we get some celebrities now that there's no production right now. Maybe they could have time to be on our show, Dan. Base paper cards are for children and suckers. Oh, dang, Adam. I don't even think children want them anymore. Bob just pulled the Superfractor 1-of-1 Darth Sidious. Sidious? Is that how you say it? From 2023 Galaxy?
Oh, my God.
Dan, don't make fun of me.
Merlin has lost all his Star Wars credit, guys.
Oh, shut up, man. I didn't watch that show, though. It's only one I've never seen before.
You don't know who Darth Sidious is?
Yes, I know who he is, but I don't know how to say his name properly, dude. Okay? Give me a break.
Gosh. Roast him in the comments, guys.
He thinks he's so cool. Hey, there's some things you can't pronounce properly, man. I just want to know if I said it right. That's all. Give me a break. Give a guy a break.
Okay. Move on to the next comment.
Ozzy, I like that name, Alvarez. Hey guys, any suggestions on how to research and find a type photo from a specific event game other than just trying to research that event game photo on eBay? Thanks.
Okay, good luck. I don't know.
It's going to require, let me tell you, all those photos that Dan and I have showed you, let me tell you, we've done a lot of research and taken a lot of time because there's a lot of keywords that you've got to put in there. I mean, you can even sometimes go from photo to photograph and you might find 2 extra photos of it, but you have to use different keywords. Original photo, vintage photo, press photo, promotional photo. What else have I said? Publicity photo. Yeah, I've said that. And just put photo, and then you just got to look at the fronts and backs of them. And just kind of determine yourself by just looking on online, like say eBay or social media. If you're at a flea market, you might get lucky. If you're at a card show or other type of collectible shows, you might find them. But you've got to go out there and be assertive and do it yourself. It takes time. It takes patience. You might make a mistake. But if it's a vintage photo and it's a very white, clean back, more than likely that has been a reprint from a reprint negative, and it's worth hardly anything. But you've got to do it on your own time. Retro Hoop Collectibles. Curator is onto something with the nude breaking. Damn, maybe
you. And there's no rules against it. I'm sure somebody's gonna do it. It just takes somebody with the balls, the slabs.
Oh, no pun intended.
Somebody has to have the slabs to actually do it. But I'm telling you, because it's gonna happen. I'm sure it's gonna happen at the National. Some guy bought my card, and I was talking to him, and somehow it came up in conversation of
like, how'd you have all this money?
No, yeah, like what he did as a profession, and he told me that he was in porn. This guy who bought my card. I'm not gonna say who he is or anything like that, but he said
it like that. He said, I do porn.
Yeah, very, very casually, right?
Okay.
So I could imagine the dude is probably gonna like, okay, let me do breaking and then let me do it nude or something on OnlyFans or something. I'm sure it's gonna happen at some point.
Doesn't he do a significant other?
And it's gonna be hilarious when it happens, because I'm sure it'll be very controversial, but it believe me, when it happens, I'm sure whoever does it is gonna make a ton of money.
Damn, we should do this.
No. Huh? I don't need the money that bad. I don't need the money that bad.
Between two slabs, triple X. Carlos, good night, guys. Thanks for another great show. People are going to post this clip now thinking that we're really going to do this, even though we're joking about it. EM, the Pop Counts collection is sick.
No, what's going to happen? Oh, I think this is Eric right here. I think Eric finally made a YouTube channel.
It is.
I think when it finally happens, then we can take credit for it.
I'm thinking
because I was just talking about like how hobby content needs to be refreshed somehow, and then through that conversation, this idea of OnlyFans breaking cards comes up. So I'm sure
I might talk to Daps to see if he can start me a channel. Help me with it. If you can you don't mind seeing a grown man, 50-year-old man naked in a Borat outfit breaking. Let me know what you think about that, guys.
I will tell you this. I feel like breaking is going to hit a wall at some point for a lot of people. They're going to hit a wall, and they're going to have to find some
desperate times, desperate measures.
They're going to have to find some crazy way to pivot their business, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen like that.
Retro Hoop Collectibles, Chasing Cardboard gets into some really cool collections. They went and showed Raleigh Fingers collection. It was cool, but I agree, would be some celebrities would be cool. Yeah. People who are into non-sports items would be neat. EM Siduous. Yeah. Like, does George Lucas collect? Does Spielberg collect? Do people like that collect?
George Lucas does collect. He has the Skywalker Ranch, and he's got all these art and photo props, things like that. But
things that like not his though. Like, does he collect like Star Trek even?
Oh my God. Sacrilege.
Does he collect like Japanese stuff since he was so into it? So that like from Kurosawa.
I feel like so collecting before social media came along, people collect everything. Everybody collects something in their life, whatever it is, right? And before social media came, you just don't share your collection with people unless they come to your house. Then you can share it with them. That's why, like, when MTV Cribs was on, you could see people's collections, and it was really interesting. Now we have social media, right? But social media is mainly for non-celebrities, I would say. Like, you're not like, a celebrity is not necessarily going to make a bunch of social media about their personal life because they're already famous, right? You'll just get a bunch of like nobodies like us, right? We'll make a lot of social media because we want to show people everything that we have. So it's different. But I feel like a lot of celebrities out there probably have amazing ass collections. Like Steve Aoki, for example. He's one of the few celebrities that actually shows his stuff, but he's got amazing collections, right? I feel like there's people out there that have these things, these grail pieces that we need to see at some point. So I don't know. It'd be really cool if I don't know, like there was a series of celebrities or athletes and they showed off their collections. That would be really cool.
Okay, Pop Count is trolling me now. He's in trouble. CV Sports Cards. Dan says Flair instead of Fleer.
That's true.
Yes. See? Hey, there he is. Merlin's out of the Star Wars Club. No, Eric. No. I just was making sure I said it correctly. Give me a break, man. I'm watching Asako Tano. I can't get all these names all right. They're all weird names. I never remember the names anyway. I just know the actors. Retro Hoop Collectibles. Don't tempt me, Dan. I know plenty of guys in the strip club industry. I can get this set up ASAP. Yeah, Ivar, if you want to do it, let me know. Hook me up, man. Well, I got a text from Flippin' Steve. He's in too.
I can see it now. I can see it now. At your local strip club, breaking night, strippers, instead of making it rain with dollar bills, you make it rain with base cards. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a show. They're going to have a card show exclusively in the club. I can totally see it.
Break strip. So if you throw me a gift, you throw me a donation, I'll take more clothes off.
We're going to get in trouble for this. I know we are.
How are you in trouble? My clothes are still on. I'm just saying I'm going to do this for OnlyFans. Yeah, Between Two Slabs after dark. Yes, right. Merleworld cards after dark, man. Living large.
Carlos came back.
Dan said it would break, so I agree. Right?
Yeah, I feel like breaks. This is our last. Well, I don't know if we have any more comments, but I feel like we're breaking. They're gonna hit a wall at some point. It's just too easy to make money. When any type of industry is really easy to make money, and I'm not saying that all breaking is easy, but a lot of the breakers that I know, it's like they're printing money basically. When any industry gets like that, it's going to become ultra competitive at some point, and only the best ones are going to survive. Only the best breakers are going to survive, and the rest of the people that try to build businesses around this breaking activity, they're going to have to find ways to mix it up. You know what I mean? Like they're going to have to do different things to keep that business model going. So I could say, okay, just realistically, maybe they don't do OnlyFans, but maybe they do like something crazy like I've seen I saw Mojo when he was doing his whatnot stuff. He would eat like crazy foods, like hot sauce on watermelons and mustard on watermelons, and also he did a lot of things with watermelons.
Yeah, isn't there a show now that does that where they have celebrities and they have interviews and they eat hot wings?
Yeah. So I could see people eating crazy foods. I could see people I don't know, dancing, or just I could see like this that people are going to have to do a lot of different things to try to keep people entertained and engaged.
Great show, guys. Take care. You too, Ivar. I hope to see you soon, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our last comment. So we'll wrap it up with this. All right, Merlin, go ahead and give your last plugs to everybody.
All right, everybody. Like you said, me and the Curator are going to be at the Burbank Card Show. It starts this Thursday. I think Thursday is the VIP preview night. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are regular hours. Check it out. I'll have the links below in the descriptions, as well as the Veriswap and the Slabmags links, all in the descriptions below. Plus, we're on podcast. So those links are all the podcasts below. So you can always listen to any of our shows that are archived in your car when you're driving, you're stuck in traffic. So check us out. Make sure you I'm only, I think, 120 away from getting 1,000. So please subscribe. Like I said, if you can, pay for some extra subscribers for Merlin, help a poor brother out. We are on a strike right now in Hollywood, so I don't have any work. This is all my work right now. It's Burbank Card Show. So come by from me, help me feed. I need food. I need oxygen. I need water. I need to pay for rent. The first is coming up. So help the brother out. Help me get to 1,000 so I get more subscribers, or I'm going to be stuck on OnlyFans in a damn Borat thong trying to do breaks, like Dan said. By December. Don't make me get there, okay, guys? Or maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Let me leave a comment in the descriptions if you think I should do OnlyFans breaking.
I think
Between Two Slabs after dark. Let me know, guys.
I'm willing to bet you would make more money doing that than your day job, and you probably you would quit your day
even
job.
As a 50-year-old man. Like, who y'all are really going to watch another guy get naked on
there? I'm sure there's a community of people that are in that kind of stuff or anything. You'd be surprised, but
I'm sure.
Anyways, yes, come check us out at Burbank Card Show booth
951 this
weekend. And if you guys can't make it to Burbank, you can still do deals through Instagram and all that stuff. So Hit us up. We're always trying to make deals for you guys. Make sure you check out our sponsors, Veriswap and Slabmags. Use the code in the show notes below for discounts using that. And then go support this guy so he can get off OnlyFans and we don't have to see him in the thong. And that's pretty much it. See you guys next week. We don't really have anything to talk about.
Yeah, and check the post. We may do a live this weekend. We don't know yet.
Yeah, stay tuned.
To be teased.
Thanks for watching us, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Enjoy it.